Billy Donovan has stepped down. Billy Donovan's no longer the coach of the Chicago Bulls, Brittany. He is, which was a little strange because
everybody loved him.
People loved him, and then after everybody kicked the GMs out, they were like, "Oh, they're going to keep Billy Donovan." I'm like, "Well, that's kind of strange. Like, why would you? Even if he's a very nice man, obviously a great college coach,
right?
And was a fine NBA coach. It's not like he's a bum,
right?
But I did find it strange. Like, oh, if you're going to start fresh, I feel like you start fresh. You know, it's kind of like the Dolphins. Like, I feel you've had a 6 years of mediocrity. Like, move on. So they're going to be looking for a new coach. A lot of people may be looking for a new coach, including the Portland Trailblazers. So the Portland Trailblazers, they have Tiago Splitter because Chauncey Billups got arrested, which is a crazy sentence, but he got arrested, and apparently Splitter got lowballed on his contract. And the word is on this owner of the Blazers, Tom Dundon, that he doesn't believe in paying NBA coaches like more than $1 million because he's just, which is like, I think some Heat assistants make that,
right?
You know, and there's been other things like the Blazers are in the playoffs right now, right?
Yeah,
they're in the playoffs,
and
they had a good season.
A big reason behind
he
that.
Was a good coach,
right?
You know, in the midst of chaos,
right?
But he doesn't believe in paying. Now, listen, coaches' salaries got very crazy in the NBA because of that Monty Williams deal. That Spo got a big deal. Monty Williams getting that deal from Detroit. I mean, all the coaches should buy him a beer every time they see him because it exploded the market on coaches. But this guy's going the other route. He doesn't want to pay anybody. And the other word on him is that he's not even paying for the two-way guys, the guys who play with the team all year. They're not eligible to play in the playoffs, but they practice with the team. They shoot around with the team. They're part of the team. They're not in the locker room. They're in another locker room, but they're part of the team. He's not even paying for them to go on the road. Like, and there was another story that apparently he's making some staff check out early because he don't want to pay for late checkout on the road. So this guy who paid $4 billion for the team, tightening the old purse strings around the Blazers.
We've had this conversation a bunch of times, and what seems to go as no big deal is the amount of money that Stephen Ross spends on the organization and making sure everybody has the best of the best. That doesn't happen everywhere. And so when people talk about whether you have a good owner or not, one of the starting points is resources. When you talk about even colleges and you talk about universities, and one of the things they talked about when they change coaches here, how many resources are you going to put into the program?
Right.
So that is a big deal throughout all of sports. And you take it for granted until this.
Yeah.
And you don't realize it happens more than you think. Like I used to get charged for socks. I need another pair of socks. I need an extra pair of socks.
Yeah, I thought of that story immediately when I heard this. I was like, oh,
right.
The Leroy socks guy.
Right. So, like, so there's a starting point. One of the things that Mark Cuban did when he first bought Dallas is that he invested so much money into the team, into the facilities that they had. And so a lot of guys really liked Mark Cuban because that's not normal. This is closer to normal. The guy that says, I'm not paying for this, I'm not paying for that, I'm not paying for this. You know, in most places, if you go to a hotel and you're a basketball or a football team and you say to them, our game's at night, we're going to have a late checkout. They can say yay or nay, and you can go somewhere else. And most of the time they say yes. So he is, before they even try to ask, saying I ain't paying for it, you guys check out early. Now imagine having a game at 7, 8 o'clock at night. Checkout is at 11.
Yeah.
And so you have half of your workers, right? Half of your workers are checked out and at the arena 8 hours before the game.
Mm.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I've been on both sides of that. Don't take that for granted. Don't think that just because your owner spent a lot of money or his team is worth a lot of money, that he is spending or investing a lot of money in the team.
Crazy, dude. Crazy. Get a gazillion dollars. And they're not letting the two-way guys go? That's rotten. That's the one that I like. Even
the two-way guys,
even the coach thing, I can kind of.
I don't think he understands. And here's the other thing. I think sometimes owners don't understand how much time and work is invested in that organization by people you don't see in the starting five, right? So go to coaches, go to assistants, go to, the two-way guys. The two-way guys work harder than the guys that play.
Oh, yeah.
And so from that standpoint, to tell them, you're not on the team, you don't get to, like, it's just
but and even like something stupid, like when the Heat would play, when the Heat had two-way guys here, like Jimmy Butler would play one-on-one with one of the two-way guys to get him ready for a game.
Right.
Like that's how he gets ready for a game.
And most of the guys are like that. But if the organization isn't, like, yeah, man. But again, just because he paid $4 billion for the team doesn't mean that he just wrote a check for $4 billion. And so now they're looking at, okay, how can I get out of this situation, or how can I stay in this situation and at least break even for a minute? And you cut some of the most meaningless things. I remember when I was in Minnesota, right? They used to have like the FedEx slips. You should just go get the FedEx slips. I used to ship everything. I'm talking about you'd take them home, box up my clothes, box up my club. Like at the end of the season, I shipped all my stuff FedEx with the FedEx slips. After like a couple of years, they got hip to it. They deducted like $3,500 out of my check.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, you got the address on it. They know it's me. I'm like, and I couldn't say nothing.
Yeah.
Right. But again, it's crazy. Like my owner in Minnesota, I knew I used to golf with another guy who used to own the 76ers, right? He's the guy that started Nutrisystem.
Oh, the old guy.
The old guy.
The old guy owned them.
And he said, and when I said, Red McCombs, Red McCombs, because he owned the Spurs the same time he owned when he bought the Vikings. And he said, let me tell you something about your owner. He said, years ago, we were like 26 teams. We were at the owners' meetings, and somebody said, we need to charter flights. We need everybody, instead of flying commercial, we need to make it mandatory that all owners have to charter flights. 25 yays, 1 nay.
Nay.
Guess who it was? Red McCombs.
Damn, dude.
And so, like, you don't know until you have these situations. And from the beginning, I've always said, hey, the dude may make bad decisions, but it's not for lack of committing resources to his product.